Hello everyone, my name is Legendary and this game is Rise of Kingdoms, Attila Commander Spotlight. This is going to be the video of today and we're going to talk everything there is to know about Attila. I did wait a little bit until I done his Commander Spotlight because I wanted to test him on the battlefield as well. I wanted to know a little bit of pairing, see if he can actually work with other commanders in the same time. So I wanted to test him out before I do the Commander Spotlight so I can actually give you guys the best tips and advices about Attila. So we're going to talk everything there is to talk about Attila. First things first, because we're talking about legendaries and we're talking about legendary commanders in particular, you want to know approximately the stars and you want to know approximately the amount of sculptures that you need to actually max out this legendary commander or any other legendary commander for that matter. This is just approximately numbers. It all depends on your luck when it comes to the stars. When it comes to the sculptures, that is the exact number. Couple more things that you want to know about legendaries is that talents only apply from the primary commander and equipment also work from the primary commander. So you want to make sure that your commanders are always well equipped, the primary with the equipment that you actually want, and have the corresponding talents. And before I go into his talents, I do have to say that I have tried him because I've done the video about my future 5 cav marches, and I have literally tried him with a couple of other marches for field battles. I've done like Attila and Double C, because I thought 55% attack from Double C would actually make a difference. You know, this 25% plus 30, that's 55% attack would actually make a difference. So I can actually keep Takeda with someone else, but it's not. You have to pair them together. So Takeda can definitely work with a variety of other commanders. I've done his Commander Spotlight as well. You can go ahead and check it out. I like a lot Saladin with Takeda. This is also my march in the Sunset Canyon, on one of the marches in the Sunset Canyon, and they work really well. But for field battles, if you want to utilize Attila, you need to pair him with Takeda. So that's the only way. I found them working. I put Attila in Double C, not really great rewards. Takeda with anyone else, it works. Minamoto primary, Takeda second, Genghis primary, Takeda second, who else? Pelagius primary, Saladin primary, Takeda second, it works. But Attila needs to be primary, and pretty much whoever you try to put as a second in command, it doesn't actually work as good. He's still not max skills, Attila. So that's also something we can probably take in consideration. There's also another 10% cav attack that I can add over here, plus a lot of damage when enemies are less than 50% strength. So there's still a couple of things that Attila can actually benefit from until his max skill. But right now, only with Takeda, he actually seems to be like the super uber combo and works really good. Let's dive into his talents, because that's pretty much what most of you are probably interested in. Alright, so this is the talent build that I have for Attila right now. This is the talent build that I use for him. Increase counter attack, normal attack, increase all damage. So I'm trying to boost the damage as much as possible, and in the same time, for rally purpose, I have disarm. Now you're probably wondering, why do you have disarm? Because Attila with his primary already is reducing 50% attack. I have to tell you that disarm, so Attila reduces 50% attack, and with the talents you get another 20% attack reduction. So you can actually reduce the target's attack by 70% just by using Attila. So that's pretty significant, and for that reason I actually have disarm. So if I go into his primary, it says over here, normal attack have a 50% chance to reduce enemy attack by 50% for 2 seconds. Other options that you can actually do with Attila, if you're probably not very happy with having disarm, so if you're not happy with having disarm and you want to drop it, then you can probably drop march speed as well. So there's pretty much like 6 talents, so you can definitely get fight to the death. That's increase all damage by 6%. That's also a very significant talent and very good, but you also take another 3% all damage. So you're kind of trading things. I personally would prefer that my target to do less damage to me and not to try to increase my damage, because this way you're not going to reduce the target's attack and you're also taking extra damage. So you're kind of trading things, so it all depends on your preferences. I also keep the same talent build for field battles and I keep the same talent build for rallies, because I personally don't see a reason why I should reset him for rallies or why I should reset him for field battles. On field battles it makes little difference or it has little impact, so for that reason I would just prefer to keep the same talent. There's no reason to actually change the talents on this commander to have like a rally talent or have a field battle talent. Just use the same talent, it works all the time. You also have 1 point in conquering, so another way you can do if you actually want to keep disarm, if you want to keep disarm, because that's very helpful, you can take the point from conquering, you can take unyielding, and you can put and get fight to the death, and then you actually get another 6% all damage, but you're just sacrificing counterattack damage there by 1.5, which personally I don't actually think it's such a huge deal, even though Attila does a lot of conquering because of his 4th skill. So if you look at his 4th skill, it has chances to increase his troops all damage. Well, that is counterattack in the same time. One thing you want to keep in mind is martial mastery. This one you definitely want to keep it. Increase the normal attack damage, because this is exactly what Attila and Takeda do. They do a lot of normal attack damage, so you want to empower that as much as possible. Armored joints, reducing all damage taken by 1.5% is also a really good talent. So that's pretty much about it. And if you're wondering why Rallying Cry, why I'm not using it, it's just because it's 10 seconds. Maybe for field bat this would probably help you, increasing all damage by 15% during the first 10 seconds of the battle. But in the first 10 seconds, even on the field battle, you will not manage to do a single skill damage. So it's not like you're entirely benefiting from Rallying Cry that much. And like I said, you want to keep this commander for rallies purposes. Even if you're using him on field battles, you want to keep him just for rally, so you want to have your rally setup ready for him. Once I'm gonna max skill him, I will probably try a talent with fight to the death, see how that actually goes. Maybe drop disarm or maybe drop unyielding. I'm not 100% sure, but I definitely want to try with another 6% to all attack damage and see how that works. But right now this one works, and from the test it's done great. Field battles or rallies, just awesome. One more thing I can add is, because you're probably wondering why I'm not using the conquering tree for Attila, because he is a conquering commander, so he's definitely used in mostly rallies. Why I'm not doing anything on the conquering is because you're losing too much good stuff from the attack and from the cavalry tree, stuff that you definitely want and you definitely need, and you'll benefit a lot more from those than actually going on a conquering path. And the only thing that is actually worth it from conquering and I like is entrenched. Well, that's a lot of talents that you need to spend to actually get entrenched. Increase all damage dealt by 9%. That's a very rare situation, to tell you the truth. I mean, the rally goes on the 90% rather fast, so that's probably what, 10 seconds is like having Rallying Cry amplified, have Rallying Cry in Moment of Triumph. That's 25% all damage to start with. That's, that would be a very interesting just to try out, but that's for what, a couple of seconds, 10 seconds, and after that you have to disband the rally. Will it actually worth it? I don't know, I don't think so. Buckler Shield on the other hand is something very good. I like it a lot from conquering, but like I said, you lose too much good stuff from the attack and from the cav tree to actually trade in for something on conquering. Definitely a very formidable commander, Attila. They kinda work him pretty well, and counters to him, I'm definitely gonna put some cards in this video if you actually want to know how to counter him. But from the best options that you have to counter him is kind of Saladin and Takeda, or actually using Attila and Takeda against himself. If you want to use infantry, Constantine proved to be the best option with Charles Martel as a second in command. If you actually want to utilize infantry against Attila and Takeda, that's the way to do it. Constantine and Charles Martel. Crazy cavalry commander. Now I want to say another couple of things about attack reduction, because probably a lot of you don't actually have access to this information. You probably haven't heard it yet from anyone else, because I did say that the talent actually stacks with the skill. But you're probably wondering what happens if Ethelflaed, for example, goes in the same time when Attila attack reduction goes in the same time. Well, Ethelflaed's attack reduction will not go in because it's simply lower than Attila. It's always the most powerful one that remains active on the target. So for example, if Constantine is going to debuff the target, it's 40% attack reduction for 5 seconds. That is a very powerful debuff on a target. That's why he's also very powerful in defending against Attila, just mainly because of this, to tell you the truth, and it's for 5 seconds. So if Attila is debuffing a target, it's does only for 2 seconds, but even if it's on the last second and Constantine is debuffing the target, Constantine attack reduction will not go on just because Attila's attack reduction is much more powerful. So that means that you're wasting Constantine's talent if you're actually hitting the same target which Attila hits. Or Ethelflaed's attack will also not go in because Constantine's attack is again more powerful. But on the other hand, the defense and the health reduction will definitely apply on the target. It's just the attack, the same stat, just doesn't stack. Double C has also attack reduction 40% for 3 seconds. So there's a lot of commanders that actually have attack reduction and they just don't apply all in the same time. It's always the powerful one that remains on the target. So I hope that pretty much sorted out the things. So yeah, the best pair for Attila remains Takeda. Like I said, I've tried him with various other pairs. A couple of other pairs that I haven't tried him with Alexander the Great, which might sound a little bit crazy. But yeah, that's also one pair I want to try and I haven't. And with Frederick I, that's also something I want to try, Attila with Frederick. And with Julius Caesar, but Julius Caesar is not maxed. So pretty much hard to try with Julius Caesar. But like I said, if you have Takeda, even with first 3 skills maxed, I would just go with Takeda. Together they just make a very wonderful pair. Very tanky and very damaging in the same time. So that's pretty much all, a little bit short about Attila, but because he only has one talent, you pretty much make one talent on Attila and you'll use that talent, field battles, rallies, and wherever. And he also has one pair. If you have any questions, you can always drop them in the comment section below. I'll be very happy to answer them. Until next time, this is your boy Legendary signing off. Peace out, yo, and take care.